Okay, thank you for the very cheering atmosphere and a lot of laughing. I can see that you're having fun. And I promise very soon we will be out. We are on fresh air. You will continue with this spirit. But, let's take the last 20 minutes to see what were the barriers, because it's really important to think through them because it's coming from you. You had a chance to give us solutions to barriers identified by many people, and so we have a really interesting pool of opinion. Some of them are funny, I agree. Some of them are very, very useful. That is why also we will record this session, these presentations. So I would ask you to talk on the microphone.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay. Maybe I'll start with the topic that we didn't get any solution, and it was war. There was none, and it's still really difficult topic. But then we thought by ourselves that maybe some international help, something cooperation with other countries and other scouts, that might be our solution for that. Otherwise, we had quite a long list. There was no time, distance, bad program, no money, disorganized, no spirit, people don't know about scouting, language barriers, religion, culture, bad weather. Someone just removed it. It doesn't matter, I guess. Lack of opportunities to volunteer. Parents are against scouting, competition with other organizations, and traditions and old-fashioned scouting. That was our problems, and we had quite many solutions. What could I pick up there?
Pick up the most interesting that left a very good practice to you, or it was a very interesting solution that you didn't get in mind.
What could it be? I'm silent because I think that we had quite same topics and quite same solutions, but haha. Boom. Maybe I think the language barriers, and there was one solution, a group to learn a language is learning by doing, like maybe the groups can learn from them, the other groups, and I think that's one I would like to pick up. I think that's good. I think that
It's okay.
yeah.
We can exchange later also.
Yeah.
Is it something that was not addressed? Is there something?
The war.
The war.
Yeah. Yeah, that I said it at first. There was no solutions, but we made our own.
Okay. Thank you.
I think. Okay.
Yeah, we'll try to keep it simple because there are a huge long list and so many solutions. But mostly they are similar to all other groups when we went around. One thing that I found interesting is that about 10 people in our group from different countries, and no one noticed that we didn't write any funding or money related problem. That's just to think about. And a really good solutions we had with closed doors to other organizations problem. We have 4 stickers. Almost everyone thinks that we have to make a win-win situation, a mutual beneficial, and have to cooperate and work with them. That's really good. And for old-fashioned image problem, we had one sticker that said, rethink scouting as a brand and work with it. And I think that's really huge and a hardly doable solution. Because imagine if you had about 10 years doing something as a brand, at some point it doesn't work, and you have to do it everything over. That's real nice solution. And yeah, finally, guess everyone noticed that we had a problem called Bob. That's well, we haven't ourselves decided if he's a problem or not, but we have some solutions. Someone is asking, what's up with the Bob? Why is he a problem? Some just simply loves him, and yeah, there's a suggestion to light him up on fire. Thank you.
There was something that you didn't have a solution for? Super, thank you. Applause again. We will go with the team number 3, table number 3.
Thank you. First, we have tried to be very concrete while writing our problems or the barriers that we can meet. We try to be really close to what can happen at local level. It was something like there's no place anymore, like physical place, or there are no girls and I'm a girl and I arrive, I'm alone in a group. So we try to be really concrete. Most part of the proposal we got here are not really tackling the issues we had. I mean, it's like more the program are not attractive, make it attractive. Thank you. Or I don't know. There's no young people. Find young people. So thank you. We have more discussed about few of the solutions that were proposed. The first one was about the mentoring. When something there is unexpectable comes, when we have a problem that we didn't plan arrives, to have this idea of having someone able to mentor you, or that you can be able to mentor and to provide some tailored solution. Another topic we discussed about was the idea of changing the rhythm of the activities. So the problem was there's high expectations, and young people have exams and they have a lot of things to do around. We used to keep the same system as our leaders were, and not to reflect on why to renew it and how, etc., etc. There are some trends for young people. The ways young people commit and engage themselves is changing. It's not the same than 20 years ago, and maybe we should reflect on what young people expect before to engage in a youth organization today. About the modern image, and also about the disorganization things. We had discussion while we were turning around. Once there's something that we don't control, that we cannot handle with, just cope with it. So if you have a bad image and if you look old-fashioned people, just make it vintage, or just have fun with it, and it's also a way to be cooler than trying to do some fake campaign to say no, we are not old-fashioned. When something is disorganized, don't try to organize people, just responsibilize them. Like, I don't know, I have an event, people don't register, tell them to bring their food, and it will be okay. You don't have to organize it, and don't try to control everything, and just cope with the problems that comes. And this was the 3 topics we wanted to highlight.
Is there anything that was not solved?
What do you mean by solve? Like, yeah, the programs are not flexible. They cannot be adapted to different contexts, or a local group is 4 units with 20 people in each unit. Otherwise, you cannot implement the program. So how we can make it more flexible? There's nothing, and also the concurrency of sport, cultural, and other youth organization activities. And also the this was okay. Yeah. Thank you.
And we can have directly the next group number 4.
Okay. So first I'll give you a short recap of our barriers. We have same as you guys mostly, sort of lack of understanding of growth, boring activities, not enough adults and volunteers, or in competition with other spare time activities. Structure not supporting more people, and parents not understanding why their children should be scouts, lack of finances, and in the more fun department, if you can say so, immortal dinosaur leaders and decreasing youth population. For the two last ones, we had a few funny suggestions. For the dinosaur leaders, you should give them silver animals and send them to international events. And for the decreasing youth population, you should discover cloning or make more babies. So enough of the fun department. If we sum up the solutions, we can say that it should mostly be about quality in activities and quality in program. It should be about leadership training, leader training and leadership and management. It should be about recruitment of leaders and training and growth, and about education. And partnerships is something that pops up again and again. So partnering up with other organizations to learn from them.
About our organization, the main weakness that we identify were the lack of adults, lack of motivation, the gap between our expectation and the real commitment, too traditional image, a lot of understanding of what scouting is really, lack of funding and resources, lack of openness, lack of tools, skills and process, lack of visibility, and lack of focus on growth. If we look at the solutions that were proposed about lack of adults, motivation and commitment, there's a lot of ideas about how to recruit, train and motivate young adults and adults in general, and also the idea that when you implement good activities and good program, it's motivating for the children but also for the adults themselves. So something about it. Also a lot of solution about public relation, marketing and communication, and it seems that they are more efficient when they work with other ground and other activity. For example, one of them is to invite young people in our camp so they can know better what scouting is. It's a growth action, but also a communication action. That's interesting. The same goes with organizing big events, which is a program quality and a lot of tools to do with it, and communication tools. We only have one problem that we couldn't figure a solution. It was the lack of openness within our own organization, and some solution proposed were be more open, but yeah, beside from the funny part, it seems that we struggle a bit when there's the fear of change, the fear of being open in our own organization, and we struggle a bit to find a solution to that. That's it.
Thank you. Okay, I hope this 1 hour helped you think all the barriers that are possible for us to grow. I hope you can use it and reflect it for your own case in your own NSOs, and I hope that some of the solutions will be useful for you to have even more fruitful debate with the other participants in the following time of the event. Tomorrow, actually, we will be having the moment where probably most of you expect now, okay, how we can really address them and have the solutions more deeply. And you already proposed several of the sessions for tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, we will put places where you can write exactly on which sessions you will be. So there will be 2 sessions before lunch and 1 session after lunch. In case you just now realize that you really want something and it's not there, still, before we go, you can do it. Okay? The idea of this workshop, of this session, was to give you opportunity to think what everything can first cost growth, the session that you had with Martin, but then what can stop and what can influence positively and negatively on the growth. And then how all of us can contribute to give better solutions for this. Since as a region, we really have the capacity to support each other and we have the solutions for each other. So through mutual cooperation, we can really, and through partnership, which I'm glad that it was mentioned in several of the presentation, we can really help each other achieving better growth.